soothsayers.
Yeah, the soothsayers.
And when you look at it, like the brother said, all America is what? A combination of all the ancient kingdoms.
Yep.
Philosophies to include gods. When you look at it, all these different kingdoms, they basically recycled their gods going all the way back to ancient Sumer.
Yep.
All right? Or old Chaldea or ancient Babylon. It's the same gods from then all the way down to now.
Yep.
So it's just, when the Lord destroys that statue, he's destroying America and everything that goes prior to it.
Yep. So that's why it's there all together. Read that part again.
Yep. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 35.
And that's the image of the beast, the image of all that stuff that they push out there, the philosophy, all that stuff. Go ahead.
This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together.
Right. So all the ways of the Babylonian, of the Persian, of the Rome, all that stuff is all gonna be destroyed right here in America.
That's
man.
right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be once and for all destroyed, and that thought never gonna come back out again no more. Go ahead.
It says, Salakia, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors.
There's a chaff on the floor where they put a grain. Go ahead. The chaff is what like the outer layer of the seed and stuff like that. It blow away. That's how Esau would be. Go ahead.
It says, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them.
Right. So there's gonna be no place of all those past kingdoms that could be pushed out on the earth. Once the new kingdom of heaven set up on earth, it could be in righteousness. It could be all through the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. That's what could be pushed on the earth. All right. There could be no other philosophy, no other fable going on the earth. All right. And they could be judged for that shit. Go ahead.
It says, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth.
All right, that great mountain when the elect gonna establish their rulership here on earth, man. The mountain represents government. That's it on that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so back there.
This is Amos 9:8. It says, behold, the eyes of Yahweh power are upon the simple kingdom.
And how the eyes of the Lord is upon the simple kingdom. You gotta remember, America is a simple place. Why? Because America puts homosexuality, it puts adultery, it puts pedophilia, it puts wickedness. All right, all throughout America, it pushes those things, right? But how is the eyes of the Lord upon this place? It's through the angels. All right, the angels visit this place every day, reporting back to the Heavenly Father about the wickedness that's going on in this place. That's why it's time for America to get judged. Go ahead.
It says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
And that's why America's gonna be destroyed off the face of the earth. Literally gonna be destroyed off the face of the earth, man. No picture, please. That's why you have certain towns in California and Oregon that pretty much been wiped off the map due to the wildfire.
Yeah.
That's just small town. So imagine America literally, you're not gonna know the mark where the United States ends. You're not gonna see the difference between, you're not gonna know where New York City ends or ends. You're not gonna, that was DC right there. You're not gonna know where it's at because it's gonna be pretty much wiped off the face of the earth.
God.
All right? You're like, that's where DC used to be at. Oh, that's where LA used to be at. That used to be Sunset Boulevard. No.
Right.
It can be completely wiped off the earth.
This is Malachi 4:1.
Right.
It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Right.
And all the proud.
And we're not talking about no conventional oven, man.
Yeah.
You ever, my uncle used to have one of those old school ovens. We gotta put the wood in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, that shit burns fucking hot, man. That's the oven he's talking about, man.
I'm gonna have that half smoke oven.
Yeah.
The oven and half smoke.
Yeah.
Or the oven.
Go ahead, you got it,
The
bro.
oven. Remember the oven that they tried to throw the three holy children.
Yeah,
That's the
right.
oven that they're referring to, stuff like that.
Yeah, that type of oven. That's the basically you really can't control the heat in that motherfucker.
Can't.
You can make it hotter, but you really can't make it can't turn the heat down.
There's some people where the oven's so hot and they cook so much and they're going in and out of it that if you see like a discoloration on some people's face, it's because they've been in front of the oven so goddamn much.
Yeah.
That's the type of heat that them type of ovens will put off, man.
Yep. Yep, the type of oven you gotta let that shit burn out, you know?
That's
That's
right,
why the
bro.
scripture
Hell
said the
yeah.
banner,
Yeah.
right? Because the angel gonna make this destruction of America even that much more greater. Because why would you need the chariot to come and shoot lasers on this place when it's already being destroyed by ICBM missiles? That's the banner making that shit even extra hot and worse. It could be like overkill, man. It could be like being a dead horse. Right? Go ahead.
God. Malachi 4:1, it says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Right, all the proud. Esau is a proud man. He talk about white people are very proud people. You can't tell them shit. They got their little white privilege. And then you got you niggas out here thinking proud too.
fact that
Y'all
this-
gonna be destroyed along with this so-called white man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Bro, the simple fact that it's called white privilege is privilege.
Right.
Like, you're privileged enough to call yourself after a color that you can't even identify with.
Exactly.
Like this fucking Edomite with the vocab spirit that came up. He's red. You know what I'm saying? Like,
White.
come on, quit playing, man.
Right.
Wait, what you got, bro?
Yeah, this is Ezekiel 21, verse 31. It says, and I will pour out my indignation upon thee.
Indignation is righteous anger. Go ahead.
It says, I will blow against thee in the fire of my wrath,
Right.
and deliver thee into the hand of brutish men and skillful to destroy. Thou shalt be fulfilled to the fire.
Right. So y'all basically be fueled for the fire. All you people out here are gonna be bodied for a fire just to be that much more increased. The only way for a fire to grow, especially out in California, is dry vegetation. That's the worst thing for that we have going on in California. It's too much dry vegetation, and that's like fuel for the fire. That's how you people to be. Is dry vegetation for the fire, man.
Yeah, because they don't have the breath of life. They don't have the water. They don't have the living waters. You know?
Go ahead.
Any little spark will set them off.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, thou shalt be fulfilled to the fire, thy blood shall be in the midst of the land. Thou shalt be no more remembered, for I, the Lord, have spoken.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be no more remember, man. Especially Esau. They tell you in Job 20 that the house of Esau shall be no more remembered. All right. It tell you that he shall have neither no street, no name, no nephew. Now you look up the word remaining. The Hebrew word is I forgot what it is, but basically it means a remnant. All right. So there ain't gonna be no small group of Edomite. Oh man, we made it, and we're gonna come back in power. Nah. The one after the destruction of America, y'all going into slavery.
Esau is like a fucking weed, man.
Hey,
If you
you
don't
can't get-
pull the weed
From the
up
root.
out, from the root,
Yeah.
and burn it, you have to burn it. That's the thing about weeds, Aki. If you take the weeds out and you just leave them somewhere in the yard, they'll reroot themselves.
Yeah.
You gotta take them out and you gotta burn that shit.
Yep.
Anybody who deals with botany knows if it's a weed or if it's a leaf that has a disease on it, you take the leaf off, you don't just throw it away, you burn it. You have to burn it. You have to burn it.
Yeah, that's why in Job, like I told it, it said y'all no street and no root,
Yeah.
right? Because the root is really where the foundation comes from.
Yeah.
All right. So all that could be pretty much taken out of the earth once Esau is destroyed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's Malachi 4:1 again. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yet all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Right. And all you so-called white people and all you niggas that don't want to get right, y'all gonna be destroyed along with the so-called white man.
That's right.
There's a lot of people are gonna die with the so-called white man. They're gonna be saved. And a lot of you niggas are just fucking hard-headed. All right, it tell you in Sirach 15 that y'all are not mindful of the scourges. All right. Yeah, it tell you. Get that real quick. Actually, second Ezra 15.
Reset, brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. It says, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord.
Right, and that's why 2017 is Tekal. Is that you have been found in the balance, wanting basically lacking, man. So you're a false balance unto the Lord, and that's why you can be destroyed because you're an abomination unto the Lord.
Right. Here again, Proverbs 11:1, it says, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. And the reason why I want to bring this out, because brothers mentioned Esau being uprooted and burnt, right? Obadiah states that what? Esau has to be exterminated, that he will be exterminated. So we're going to get rid of all these Edomites. Now, you have to understand the balance. The Lord is balanced on every side. He promised us what? Eternal life, right? Oh, yeah. So if he said that Israel, Jacob has to live forever and never without dying, then on the other side, on the flip side, you got to have a group of people that's going to have to be totally annihilated, right? Yeah. That's just perfect balance. So who is that group of people? Those are the Edomites. And listen, you better believe, somebody said, well, why Esau got to be exterminated? Man, look around, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the evil that's been done on the planet. Every nation has had their time under the earth, but nobody has destroyed the earth to this extent. What's that?
Nobody's had control for this long, bro.
Look, and nobody's had control over the earth. Actually, as a matter of fact, Esau got control of the earth twice.
That's right. Yep.
If you go back in the history, none of the heathens, the other nations, got to take over twice. The only nation that got to take over twice, if you go back into the history, right, is Edom, Esau. All right, going back to the Greeks, Rome, and then Rome gets taken down, and he comes back as the EU and America. Why? Because Esau is a special kind of heathen, man. That's why, and the scripture calls him the ambassador of the heathens. That's why he has to be dealt in a special manner, all right? Which is annihilation.
This is Revelation 13:9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right. You know, I made a statement the other day that the worst thing you could do to a nation is what? Is put them into captivity. Right? The worst two things that happened to us, the first thing that happened to us, the Heavenly Father removed his name, right? Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, those names were removed. And the second worst thing is captivity. Why? Because when you go into captivity, what happens? Now you under the laws, right? You under the laws of your oppressor. So your children, and that's the main important thing. Yeah. Over the years and generation, your children get indoctrinated. Yep. Okay? That's why you see what our people cannot get out of this hole. Why? Because now the individual, like I said last time, the individual that got raped now has become to love its oppressor, and the majority of us are willing and will go down, right along with the oppressor and be burned by thermonuclear missiles. Like
that's why, like in the Matrix, there these people are even willing to fight for this. Why? Because they've been through the education. That's why he had to get out. They were going to boarding school. They came back lighter. They came back with the suit and tie, with the haircut, all the earrings and stuff taken out, because now they have followed the ways of Esau. Right.
Esau injected that pride into him.
So
if you're under the tutelage of an Edomite for long enough, you eventually going to be proud. Edomites are the so-called white people. If you up under them too long, you're going to get a proud spirit on you. You're not even just the heathen, you know, in general. But Esau mainly, you know.
And you know what's worse? What's worse is that Esau is proud, right? Now, no man, no creature made is supposed to be proud against the creature that made him. You know, so Esau's proud, but he does dominate the entire planet. But he teaches our people, right? And we poor as hell and we show him pride. What did the Lord say about what? A poor man has pride. That's the thing that he hates the most. Because he's like, you ain't got nothing. I've took my name from you. Right? I put you in captivity for 500 plus years, and you still working around here like you the shit. Why? Because Esau told you to just be proud. You living in the ghettos and the slums. You can barely eat, but you walking around with your chest all up. If they were so-called aliens, and they came up on this planet, and they came to America, and you told them that Jakes was slaves, they were like, nah, you tripping. Right. Who's the one with the nicest cars? Who's the one out here stuck?
These niggas are
Who's the one out here popping bottles, throwing money in the strip clubs? Right. You tell that alien, yo, these people are slaves. They be like, nah, that's crazy. It looks like they have more fun than anybody else. Right. That's why the Heavenly Father is what? The wrath of the Lord has been kindled by our people.
Right. Yeah, they're talking about this block. No problem and shit. Yeah, you don't own that fucking block, man. Talking about Austin Crenshaw. Crenshaw is named after a so-called white person.
That's right.
That's right. Crenshaw, Watt, all that stuff. You just Crenshaw, Watt, South LA, be filled with Edomite. All right. Then Jake started moving in, and Esau got the fuck out. Esau always established another place. That's why they call redlining, or they like, oh, you have which like in state for Charleston, right? What is it? Charleston? No, St. Louis, right? Then they got a place called, I think, what is the place called? Charlton. Basically, it's the same zip code, but outside of the neighborhood, it's a different name so they don't have to associate with Jake living in St. Louis. It's a term for it, I forgot what it is, but basically, you can put a different name for that city, but it's the same zip code, but it's basically Esau not want to be associated with Jake.
Oh, wow.
And that's what Jake does. That's what Esau does.
Yeah, because a lot of also if I a lot of businesses, business loans and stuff like that, a lot of it, the zip. They always talk about the zip code. When you go apply for a loan, you want to have your own business as an Israelite in America. They look at your zip code. If why? Because they want to make sure that they're gonna put the investments and it's gonna pay. It's gonna pay back. But when they look at your zip code and they look at your name, ethnicity, and all that, we already right there on the left. Like, yo, we're not dealing with you. Why? Because if the Israelite man gets the opportunity to lead, then guess what? Then the nation of Israel will get what? Will start to get right.
Right.
But as an Edomite, why in the world would you want to do that?
Exactly.
So we don't get upset at Esau. Esau's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Right.
You think if I have Esau in captivity, after 400 years, I'm gonna set this man up to challenge my children? Fuck out of here, man. That means you don't understand the art of war, right? And how things really go.
Right.
You either get dominated or you lose dominated, man. And right now, we've been dominated, but hey, listen, hope is on the way. Your house is on the way.
Yeah, you get dominated, but you still have control of how you operate. That's why the word zip code is actually an acronym. It means Zone Improvement Plan. So like you were saying, they're planning out, okay, this is where you set up. That's why you have a zip code that starts with 000 on the East Coast. They go all the way to 999 on the West Coast. All right? And that's why they said the 10th part of the city trying to be broken down. You got 10 FEMA region camps.
That's right.
All right. It only goes, it
only go from 000 all the way up to 999.
What's that zip stand for again?
Zone Improvement Plan. I thought it was just a word, but it's actually an acronym. I looked it up. That's Esau strategizing how chicks go down, what can be established. And that's why we're in zip code and city or they have what you call I forgot what it's called. Basically, say like this area right here, right? It's only that's why you have businesses, shop, food, because the way it's set up is for that. Then you have another part of the neighborhood, they have a cemetery, because that land is only available for that to be plotted there. So you can't just put anywhere. So they have a plot land, if they want to change it, they have to vote on it, or the city has to approve it, then they can change the zoning of that land.
Yeah, because this brother knows when it comes to flipping houses and stuff, the first thing you do when you get a land before you want to buy the house, the city has to come out and figure out where the water line is. And then they gotta open up the thing on your land and make sure the pressure is okay. The meter. They got to come out there and do that before anything can be done. And then if it's land that you want to do something specifically on, if there's no water there, you're gonna have a very hard time, or they just might not let you do shit.
Yeah, that's why everything goes back to zoning, because they already set the plot of land for what that land could be used for.
Real quick, Psalms 49 and 11. Look at that, real quick.
And Esau's the crafty motherfucker, man.
This devil, he puts usury on the land.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He's got all types of taxes. If you go out here and start cutting a tree down, you're gonna get a hefty fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a hefty fine.
You gotta get a permit to get that done.
Yeah. Not
That's
only
like,
that,
out where I live,
you gotta get a realtor just to get the land.
Yeah. Out there where I live in California, you got a university that owns like all this land, right? So what they decided to do was smart. They put a lease on the land for the housing development to build all these fucking nice 2-story houses, gated community, everything. So when the people buy the house, they don't even own you don't let you have colonial right, but the house that's built on that land is leased from the university, and then pretty much the university owns the land and the house.
Yeah, it's like condo.
They put like
So you just paying mortgage to the queen and have
No, basically, instead of selling the land to the housing development, they just leased it to them. so they can still get money off of that land.
Yep. Yep.
And get it back. And that's
Yep.
what's called usury. Because pay your house off in full, right? Let not pay your taxes on the property. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
See what the fuck happens. That house will be out of your name with the quickness. Right? And you don't have colonial right. Cause like I went to last year when I went to Ireland, right? Went to the Jameson factory or the Jameson distillery, right? They had the documentation that was signed by, I forgot what king it was. Basically, he had a colonial right. So the land that his distillery on is actually his land.
Yeah.
It was given to him by the king.
See, that's real money, man.
And that's where the money at. But you people buying houses that on the land that's not even for sale, it's leased, you can't even get the right to that land. And that's usury on top of usury on top of usury.
Yeah. That's Psalms, bro.
God, this is Psalms 49, verse 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
And that's what the so-called white man, and he think America will last forever. And that's where the pridefulness coming in. Oh, we got this, we got that, we got the baddest army. We're proud, you know, we're gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not gonna last forever. That's why we were bringing out the scripture earlier. You gotta set bound. You have a beginning, you have an end. All right, go ahead.
God, it says, in their dwelling places to all generations, they call their lands after their own name.
And that's where Esau go. He goes to different areas. He call it after his own name. Well, I'm gonna call this name. Well, I'm gonna call this city like Jamestown or stuff like that.
Or
Call
he'll
it after
just
his own
he'll
name.
move into a neighborhood and buy up the whole block and all Jake businesses. And now he'll just name them after his. A fucking Starbucks. It'll be a fucking yoga studio. Allstate Insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Different types of businesses owned by Edomites, but it was Jake businesses there before.
Right.
Or just our land in general. Another thing, remember I was driving these brothers around. Remember we drove over the Potomac River, and you said, what did you say? You said there's not even no Potomac Indians left in this area. The closest, look, if you want to find a powwow, you got to drive at least 100 miles that I know of in this area. But then again, you got what? You got the Anacostia River. The majority of the counties in Maryland are named after Gadites too.
Yep. But there's no Gadite living there.
Yeah, and then some counties are named after Edomites. Queen Anne's.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Montgomery.
Got Shorttown.
Prince George. Yeah.
And Esau think it'll last forever and shit. Right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's crazy. Like you said, if you buy the land, then that money is gonna keep coming back to you and your family forever. You know? That's what's gonna happen with us. That's why the scriptures talk about that. Get Baruch, the 5th chapter. Get Baruch 5 and is it 5 and 8?
That's where the real wealth is at. Wealth is in something that actuality like sustainable land, cattle, vegetation. That's where we're wealth at. It's not, oh, I got a condominium, I got a BMW, I got some investment going. That's not real wealth, man.
All that shit
That's just
depreciates.
fucking money scheming, stuff that's all in the computer, man. Shit can be wiped away in a second.
That's right.
He thought he was going in, oh, he got $0 now.
Right.
You lose everything. That's not real wealth, man. Oh, I got a degree, I got an MBA. Just because you get paid $200,000 a year for it, that's not real wealth, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read that scripture, bro.
It's Baruch chapter 5, verse 7. It says, for the Most High hath appointed that every high hill and banks of long continuance should be cast down, and the valleys filled up to make the Salah.
Sorry, read it again.
Yeah. There's Baruch chapter 5, verse 7. For the Most High hath appointed that every high hill and banks of long continuance should be cast down, and valleys filled up to make even the ground, that Israel may go safely in the glory of the Heavenly Father.
Right, and who are these banks of long continuous putting liens on properties, man? Issuing these property taxes. It's the so-called white man's banks.
That's mainly the Amalekites.
Yeah, the Amalekites. They own the rights to a lot of these lands. The plot, the DC, the plot that Capitol is Capitol Hill. I think it's lot 666 or something like that. Now that they saved that. All right, and a lot comes from that. They're the ones that are they call the bank bailouts.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? These banks are the ones that got our people getting evicted. You know what I'm saying? Our people down and out. The Lord said He has appointed them to be stopped. Because only, like I said, so that we can go in safely into the land. Because if Esau still has a grasp on the monetary system and what he deems as money, there's no way we can get into the kingdom.
Yep, and that's how.
You know?
And that's how Esau get all those free land. All right, called the Darwell Act. It was supposedly for the Gadites to get the land, but Esau was paying the authority $5 to get their name for the plot for the land, and they were getting all the free land in the Midwest and shit, and out in the West Coast. And then also that's how Texas was stolen from Mexico. In Mexico, what they were doing, they were loaning out plot the land for agriculture. And the motherfucker from the Midwest, anybody was moving in to the plot, and they were inviting more and more. They pretty much, this ours now. And then that's how you had a Mexican war going on and stuff. These fucking Esau disciple, man, the people. Go ahead. And that was it on that?
Yeah, that was it.
I got something. This is Psalms 37 and 34. It says, wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see.
Yeah, we seeing it right now. You know, we looking for another collapse. We're looking for something else to happen. You know, we're looking at the prices of different commodities because these different commodities, those commodities are going to turn into money.
Yep.
All right, it's going to be a certain amount. There's going to be value put to a roll of toilet paper.
Yep.
All right. Right now, you can go in the dollar store, you get a 4-pack of toilet paper for $1. Very soon, the dollar store ain't going to be a dollar store.
Right.
You know, it's going to be the $2.99 store.
Yep.
You know, things like that. So that's what we're looking for. You know, we're looking for these things to happen. And the thing is, we're not scared. You know, we're not scared. People. That's the thing that people always wonder. Like, you guys talk about all this stuff, but what about you all though? You know, that's why the scripture says in Psalms 57:1, I will hide myself under the shadow of thy wings until the calamities be overpassed. That's all we got to do.
Right.
Hide ourselves with Yahweh Shema Shai. We'll figure out a way to eat and wipe our ass in those days. Plus, those are going to be the last of last of your thoughts, man.
Everybody understand why
when
the chick first went down in March, people buying up all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like, you gonna do that much shitting? Like, you really gonna check that much? Like, that's why I didn't understand. Like, people buying out all the toilet paper. People standing in line for 3 hours just to buy toilet paper.
And you know what we were thinking, when this stuff like this happens, you know what comes to our mind? But where's that chip at though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where's that chip? Where's the electrical grid getting shut off? Where's the water supplies being monetized?
Yep.
You know, where these prophecies at basically, you know?
I mean, in the early stages too, that was just the shadow of things to come. You know, the elites, pretty much, they wanted to kind of see how the people would react. And like the brother said, they was fighting for toilet paper, water, right? They were fighting for that. But yet, when I go to the store, because example, when I go to the store, I always done it. You know, 10 bottles, 10 gallons of water. So they're like, oh, why are you getting all this water? I'm like, and I'm just sitting there like, it's crazy because you just see people fight all for like 1 gallon of water. And then I'm getting my regular 10. I'm expecting you to be like, oh, so you doing this thing because of, you know, but you surprised, you shocked. In the back of my mind, I'm like, y'all are not ready. Right. You actually think that what the Most High showed you a couple of months ago was just a one-time thing. Right. Now, what it is that when this thing really hits, when the second wave comes in, right? Again, everybody else is out here, you know, doing what they got to do carnally or whatever. Still not going to save them. But the nation of Israel, they just feel like, hey, you know what? Esau, and it's the mindset of Jake for real. When you talk to him, Esau would never let America crash. That's the mindset of Israel. Esau would never let America crash. That's when what? You're going to be disappointed in what? In the choices and the leaders that you chose to put your faith in. Yep. Beginning with Esau and the so-called leaders of our people. Yep. All right?
That's why the scripture said, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
That's right.
You put your trust in Egypt so much, okay, they got it under control, everything goes back to normal. Nah, you got to understand, Esau like to orchestrate things and let shit be. All right? And you people are being in for a rude awakening. All right?
Nah, just up, folks. Of course, we're not going to be scared. This is Psalms 37 and 25. It says, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread.
Right, so you doing what you're supposed to be doing, like, okay, I'm doing this. That's why the scripture said, the Lord not unfaithful to be,
Not unrighteous.
not unrighteous to forgive the servant.
Works and labor of love.
Yeah. So you know what you're supposed to do, then how much time I can take care of you.
Yeah,
All right?
peace
And
and
you have the
bondage.
right to be like, look, Lord,
Yeah.
I'm doing this and this and that. You said I do this and this, you can take care of me. You have the right to do that. Because the scripture said that, you know?
Yeah, and you gotta have like a warrior mindset as well, because you go back into the history. You go into these ancient wars that happened, right? Example like Troy, right? You go back to the movie Troy. When Troy was being taken down, who was that? The Greeks, right? They didn't have the mindset of being afraid of the downfall of Troy. That's what they wanted.
Right.
So our mindset is the same thing. If you really truly want Babylon to be destroyed, then if it's happening, why would you want to be scared? Now, there's going to be some shocking things that's going to happen, but at the end of the day, when you've been waiting for something, it's a different mindset than if you didn't know something was happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you really want the destruction, you got to be full force in that mindset. Be like, listen, this is our time, right? And the collapse must happen, right?
Right.
A lot of our people are gonna die, including so-called family members. So you get your mind right, stable in your health by Shem Shai, and we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
I got
And
a
that's where
precept on what
people,
you
people like, they want, or people like, we gotta become the mayor, or we gotta be the politician and stuff. It's not that our people need to take over those things. It's that the system needs to be completely done away with.
Yeah.
Because this system is a still running system. It's not broke. It's designed and doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
All right. That's why a lot of Jake, when they get into these offices and stuff, they're still doing what the so-called white men are doing. A lot of the stuff that these police brutality was going down in. Who the police chief? A fucking nigga.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's a fucking.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I didn't know
Yeah,
the
the chief
nigga
department
like
is all- yeah.
in Washington, New York.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate people assassinating my character. Sound like a fucking Edomite. Because you're not gonna come up in there and change shit.
Yeah, bald-headed,
You're gonna come in there and go along with the get along. That's the fuck you're gonna do. So it's not about getting to in the position and try to change the way stuff is done. No, it's completely do away with the Edomite system. They'll let Jake go in there, but it's always somebody higher and above that person, and it's the Edomite. Right?
They showed you that in The Wire. You know, the police chief, it was all about the numbers. He was trying high for the murders, man.
Yeah.
So if his cops
Yeah.
did something
Yeah.
bad, he didn't want his reputation to be stolen. You know? Yeah.
I had a precept on what you said about telling the Lord, basically, I did this and that, so where's this?
Yep. Go ahead.
This is Nehemiah 13 and 14. It says, remember me, O power, concerning this, and wipe not